This is going to be a brilliant game of football. I am excited. I'm on tender hooks to be able to sit down, put my feet up, and enjoy Arsenal traveling to Stamford Bridge, Super Sunday, the final game before is likely to be another boring international break. Chelsea's recent record against fellow top six opponents, the traditional top six that is not overly good, especially this season in games that they have played so far. But it's not as though they've not been competitive in those games. Maybe you would argue not the Man City match at the beginning of the season. But they really changed a lot of people's minds about them when they went to Anfield a few weeks ago. Chelsea fans themselves have stated they're underwhelmed by their performance against Manchester United, and the fans really want them to stick it to Arsenal. From an Arsenal perspective, the supporters are almost pushing this narrative, this view, this opinion, and I'd love to ascertain whether you agree. And by the way, hit the like button now, subscribe now, turn on bell notifications. They're pushing the notion of Chelsea or bust. This is Arsenal fans saying it, in case you want to clip it up. And out of context, me. We, Arsenal, have to win, or the title race is non-existent for us. We could theoretically be 10 points off the top by the end of this weekend. There's already a 7-point gap. And if Liverpool win and Arsenal drop points, they will be 10 points off the top. And I'm just looking at that table now. I want to make sure I've got that right. Yes, it is 7, so it would go to 10 points. Meaning to win the league, yes, it's only 11 games in, but to win the league, there would have to be an 11-point swing in their favour. They would have to get 11 more points than Liverpool between now and the end of the season. It's essentially 4 additional wins. And when you look at Liverpool, who have won 8 of their 10 games and only lost 1 of them, unless they have a massive collapse, that's very unlikely. Chelsea have this pressure this weekend of, do you know what? We've improved. We've moved up the league table. We're in 4th place. We're ahead of the likes of Arsenal that are in title races, but we've really got to start performing in the bigger games as well. And Arsenal have this pressure of needing to deliver a result that keeps them in the title race, that reinvigorates their fans, because the negativity coming out of Arsenal at the minute, listen, I understand it. A lot feel they're so close to winning, and this season it feels like it may peter out. This game's exciting. There is pressure on both sides. It's must win for Arsenal. And for Chelsea, I wouldn't say it's must win for them. They're never going to win the title this year. But from their point of view, finally getting another victory over Arsenal, I think it's 1 win in about 5 years against them, just before the international break, I think will do wonders for their confidence, their growth, and their development. In terms of the game, I think Maresca is going to play his brand of football. I think they're going to be attacking. They're going to play it from the back. And this is good news for Arsenal. If Arsenal are brave enough. We know Arsenal are going to be hard to break down at times. But what Arsenal have to do in this match is attack well and attack with no fear. They've got to attack Chelsea with no fear in this game. They have to. They absolutely have to. So far this season, Mikel Arteta's men have been underwhelming in their attack. And when they have actually had games where they've attacked well, the first half against Liverpool, the first half actually against Man City, due to red cards or injuries, they've kind of taken their foot off the gas in the second half and not been that same team. And I do think Arsenal fans are not just desperate to see their team attack more, kill a team off, and win one of these games. I think they want to shout back. I think the ones who back Arteta want to be able to turn around and say, we knew this was within us. We knew we could deliver this. So I think they really need, and they really want Arteta to push in this way. The midfield battle is going to be amazing. It looks like Declan Rice is out. You've got Lavia, you've got Caicedo. Lavia's amazing. Caicedo, for me, he's been the best midfielder in the league so far this season. There's no shadow of a doubt. Him and Gravenberch have been excellent, but I would say Caicedo just pips him to that post. But he's been the best player, best midfielder, in the Premier League so far this season. With no Declan Rice, I don't see how Arsenal control it, if I'm being honest. I don't see how Arsenal control it, but they're going to have to at times in this game. I don't think they can rely on just counterattacks, Arsenal. I think they're going to have some periods of the game where they have sustained pressure. And I know it's at Stamford Bridge, but I think they're going to have to do this. I don't think they can just rely on counterattacks in this game. What do you think? It's a big game for Bukayo Saka as well. Not sure whether Odegaard is fit enough to start the game, but Saka, there's been so much pressure on his shoulders since becoming an Arsenal player. He's been one of the linchpins, one of the stars, one of the match winners. It's going to have to be again this week. Martinelli and Trossard, these individuals look so out of sorts, and maybe they'll turn up on the day, maybe they'll deliver. But Saka's going to have to be his absolute best. And who I'm really watching this weekend is Cole Palmer. There are reports that Palmer may miss this game when I'm recording this. By the time you're watching it, it may have been confirmed that he's already playing. I think he'll play. And I'm intrigued to see how he delivers in this match as well. A lot of people are starting the rhetoric that he is a flat track bully, doesn't turn up enough in the big games. I'm not sure I particularly buy this. I'm not sure I particularly buy into this notion or believe in this notion. And this would be the perfect game for him to dispel that myth, put that story to bed, and end things. So I'm looking at Palmer. I'm looking at Saka. The midfield battle is going to be absolutely amazing. We know defensively Arsenal are the better side between their goalkeeper and their defenders. We just know. Yes, the amount of goals conceded I actually think's fairly similar, 11 and 12. But as a general rule, you would say Arsenal's is better. And up front, listen, it's the tale of two strikers who not enough people rate. Who's going to come out on top? I want to know. And this time last year, Arsenal were clear. Arsenal were clear of Chelsea a year ago. The same cannot be said at this particular moment. And I think some of that is because Enzo Maresca has pushed Chelsea to another level. Plus, I think the changes that Arteta has made, coupled with, some bad in-game decisions from the likes of Trossard and Saliba, have cost Arsenal. And suddenly they are level on points. Suddenly, in the context of this season, they're on par with one another. Who's coming out on top? Such an intriguing game. But who's coming out on top? In your humble opinion? The one thing that's in my mind is this, and I can only go by what I'm seeing. So if you're seeing something different, your timeline might look different. The podcast you've listened to may be different. Fair enough. Share that in the comment section. Share the links. Show me. I'm not sort of autocratic in that way. I'm always open to other opinions. Maybe 5-6 times a year I do this prediction. Because it happens this amount of times a year. Where a team is just being written off. And I feel too many people have written Arsenal off for this game. I think too many people are saying it's over, it's done. I can't see how they win. I can't see how they score. I can't see them getting 3 points. I can't see how they're going to remain in the title race. Arsenal 1-0 in a very good game. I think it's going to be a very good game. Very tactical. A lot of cancelling each other out. I think it'll ebb and flow with who the dominant team is. There'll be periods where Arsenal will be on top. There'll be periods where Chelsea will be on top. I'm going 1-0 Arsenal. Not because I think they're that much better than Chelsea so far this season. The last 2 or 3 years have definitely been better. But I just feel that too many people are writing them off. And it's always a dangerous message. It's always a dangerous message. We saw it, ironically, Arsenal versus Chelsea, 2017 FA Cup final. No one gave Arsenal a chance. They won. A year later, Man United versus Chelsea. Nobody gave Chelsea a chance. Chelsea came out on top. We saw it just a few months ago, Man United versus Manchester City in the FA Cup final. Nobody gave United a chance. They came out on top. Now, I know I'm stating 3 FA Cup finals there, but that's because they're so memorable. It's just the build-up of what I've seen so far this week. Forget tactics, forget logic, forget good players, bad players, good systems, bad systems, this manager, that manager, and putting it purely down to too many people writing Arsenal off. I think they're going to nick it 1-0. I want your thoughts. I want your feelings in the comments section below. I want your opinions on how the game is going to go. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all again very, very soon. Peace.